and then you're going, once you hit T0, you're going someplace as soon as they light the boosters.
Okay, this is the clock here?
That's the countdown clock, so you're
okay.
28 seconds. At 10 seconds, the navigation system will initialize. You'll see the gyro spin. Stand by for engines. There's the engine start. 3 at 100%. There's T0. Here we go, boys.
Wow.
102, 102, auto, and Houston, Endeavor, roll program. There you go. We're rolling.
Okay.
So this is where the pilot gets the great view of the East Coast. I had a great view of the East Coast. I don't know what's in the sim, but and then we're off to the races. Already at 6,000 feet, going 320 knots, Mach 7. Wow. And then next thing you're going to be looking for is engines to throttle back, going through maximum aerodynamic pressure. There they go. And that was pretty noticeable. So you're at 70% rated thrust. And then when the engines go back to 104,
yeah.
It felt like we lit the afterburner. It was incredible. I mean, it just, bam. And
wow.
This is where they would say, go at throttle up. Roger, go at throttle up. And we're just over a minute.
Now, where's the clock? Right here?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. That's now the mission clock as well as the event clock. So you kind of get a feel for where we're just launched off of KSC. There's the East Coast, and that's our trajectory.
Okay.
Okay, so in about 90 seconds, a minute and a half, that's when we check and make sure we've got good cooling. Usually the mission specialist too will say, hey, EVAP out T looks good. That means the vehicle is cooling itself. And then the next big highlight is going to be booster separation at about 220. And you'll be able to see that here. You can see this little bug is working itself down towards staging, which is, we're now going to second stage. So you kind of, the loft, it lofts itself, and you kind of lose a little bit of that.
Yeah.
And then the next thing you'll see it go TC less than 50, which means it's just about out of solid rocket propellant. And then literally, it's 10 times brighter and more spectacular than that when the boosters come off. It's
wow.
But the one thing that's the same in the sim is it really does smooth out. I mean, it's like, it feels like you're on a boat on glass water in the first thing in the morning. Wow. It's really rough in the boosters, much rougher than what you felt, but it is about this smooth going to orbit from that point on for the next 6 minutes or so. You see what we do there, that gauge in the lower left are our orbital maneuvering system engines.
Right here.
And that's what they call a ohms assist or an ohms dump. So there's propellant in the ohms engines as well as the regular engines, and they dump some of that to get better performance.
Okay.
And you can see we're kind of tracking out off the East Coast now. That's Myrtle Beach. That's Wilmington, North Carolina. That's up towards your place.
Yeah.
We'll be up there in about a minute or two. And then the trajectory is 51.6 going to space station, so it's a kind of, basically you kind of parallel the East Coast the whole way up.
Okay.
And then you can kind of see a kind of a horizontal side view of our trajectory here.
Right.
It kind of is a loft trajectory, and then as you get out, it shallows as you get higher. Right now we're at 295,000 feet, going Mach 7.
Is it this smooth?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because you're way out of the atmosphere now.
Wow.
You know, or way out of the, the real atmosphere, the thick air,
Now, what's powering the machine right now? Still the main engine?
Just the main engines.
Okay.
Yeah. This isn't really propulsive. It's more just getting rid of excess weight.
Now, are you still feeling the compression?
Yeah. You can look and see. You're pulling about 1.3 Gs, so it's not bad.
Right.
But you'll see as we
1.3 Gs.
Yep, there you go. You'll see as we get higher, the Gs will build up to 3 Gs.
Really?
And then the engines will throttle back to maintain no more than 3 Gs. And it feels like someone's standing on your chest. It's pretty, it was a lot more than I expected.
Now, we've already got rid of the the ET as well, correct?
No. You had the ET all the way till main engine cut off, and then...
That's right. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
And then the ET will come off.
All right.
So, yeah, it's pretty smooth like this. I mean, you could feel little teeny gimbal changes, like the engines felt that you needed to adjust your course slightly. You could feel a little of that. And it's very abrupt. It's not smooth like it looks like the roll program.
Correct.
Felt very aggressive, you know, just like the engine snapped, and you kind of felt this snap roll rather than this nice smooth. And it kind of, when it gets to where it needs to go in the roll program, you kind of feel them gimbling around to kind of straighten you out. So it's amazing how and it's all, you know, 7 million pounds of thrust.
Wow.
I mean, it's crazy. And then, like I said, with the boosters, it's really, really rough. Wow. Because that's just the way solid rocket boosters burn. They burn very rough. And so now you see we're kind of lofted up to 362,000. We're almost leveled off, and we're just kind of gaining velocity now.
Okay.
So we're up to Mach 12. Next thing you'll see here is the vehicle's been, remember, we've rolled over on our backs, essentially. Now we're going to roll back on our bellies.
Okay.
And what that does is you're rolled on your back for antennas to the ground, and now you're getting high enough where you can go to the TDRS satellite system and communicate through them. So here's the roll. You can kind of look out the front window, and obviously it's way more spectacular for real. And it kind of looked like this for us because we were kind of taking off late in the afternoon, but so we were still in daylight. Okay. And so now we're going to roll heads up. And the engine's the engine's gimbal to do this, so it's pretty cool. A Mach 15, 356,000 feet. So now you can see the G's are starting to build. 2.2. 2.2. You won't obviously feel it in here, but you definitely feel it in the real vehicle. Wow.
I can take some of these checklists with me, right?
I could get you one. I don't want to get you in trouble. It's like one of those surveillance cameras. They catch you. They get it all on video here.
I don't believe my wife could help me out on that one.
No. Get us both in trouble. We don't want to get Debbie in trouble. I don't mind being in trouble, but I don't want Debbie getting in trouble. So now we're 350,000 feet, roughly 344. And what we're looking for is a cutoff, at main engine cutoff. We want to look for about, Mach 25.
And where are you seeing the Mach numbers?
Right here, the far left number.
Okay.
So we're Mach 21.4 now. And you're going to see, at cutoff, you're going to see roughly Mach, I think it's, what's the exact number? Commander always knows this stuff. 25.8. Mach 25.8. And you can see, look at your engines, they're starting to throttle now because we're right up around 3 Gs.
Now where's your engines at?
Those 3 white tapes right there, the lower ones.
Right here?
Yep, left, center, and right. So you're at 83% and you're right at 3 Gs.
Wow. My breastbone's going out my backbone.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot more for real.
Wow.
So coming up on cutoff here pretty soon, you'll see this bug right here start moving across.
Okay.
And there it goes. It goes into fine count. 25.7. Cutoff 25.8. So perfect. All engines have cut off. Now the
MECO
autopilot takes over. So you got MECO, and stand by for the tank. And then, of course, everything is floating now. You're floating in your seat. All these. There goes the external tank. So you got your boys jumping out of their seats, getting ready with the cameras to do all the ET photos. And then we're getting ready to do our ohms burns to circularize our orbit. And like I said, the commander would be basically doing the plus X so that the guys get the view out those overhead windows and then take pictures of the external tank for the guys back on the ground.
Yeah.
And, anytime the reaction jets fire, it sounds like a gun going off.
Yeah.
Because it's trying to maintain, particular attitude. But that's about it for an ascent. Want to do an entry?
Sure.
Or another ascent? It's up to you.
Is it a choice between the two?
Well, we'll do an entry for sure. So if you want to do another ascent, I'm sure we have time.
Oh, heck yeah.
All right. Hey, can we do one more ascent?
Copy that. Stand by.